Stop recording. Stop recording. Button.
Hello everybody, this is Martin. Welcome to my channel and I hope you enjoy this one. I'm going to demonstrate it's called Rnib in your pocket. So for anyone, I'm going to do for new users that have joined, welcome to YouTube. To new users, anyone to want to please subscribe to my channel and I hope you enjoy this as well. This is Rnib in your pocket, so I'm going to do a bit of the user guide so let you hear how it all works. So in your pocket, I'll just describe it first of all. It's like a mobile phone and it's got a talk button on the bottom edge of it. So you've got three buttons, all with just the talk button, so it doesn't matter what they do. On the left edge, you've got the volume up and down, and then you've also got an emergency button, which is a contact. The top left, you've got a headphone socket. The bottom, you have a plug charger, so that enables you to plug your video in, plug your charger in if you want to charge your phone, which is good. That will be explained in the user guide as we go through it. So, the right hand button is the off-on button, and it's got a lanyard, a long bit of string here, which is a lanyard. It's got a lanyard on it. So, let's get started. Open user guide.
Reading full user guide. User guide as it's September 23rd, 2020. Listing articles or sections to select from. Initial 5 of 9. 1. Quick start. 2. Introduction to In Your Pocket. 3. Device management. 4. Communications. 5. Entertainment within your pocket. Say next to advance the list. Jump forward or backwards number, or a number between 1 and 5, or words from the presented options to make your selection.
So that's what it says. So I'm going to select a number I'm going to select it by saying a number. So you do this for books as well, but this will be explained. So I'm going to go for number 2.
Reading introduction to In Your Pocket. Listing articles or sections to select from. 1. What's in the box. 2. Describing the handset. 3. Starting up your device and using its buttons. 4. Navigating lists. 5. Accessing the user guide. 6. Accessing the touch screen menu. Say a number between 1 and 6, or words from the presented options to make your selection.
1.
Reading what's in the box. Listing articles to select from. 1. Content list. 2. About the headset. 3. The charger plug and cord. Say 1, 2 or 3, or words from the presented options to make your selection.
1.
Content list. The box includes the following. The In Your Pocket device with a lanyard attached. O2 SIM card inside the handset that has been activated. A headset. A one-page quick start guide. A power charger. That is the end of the article. Say next or headlines.
Next.
About the headset. One end of the headset plugs into the device at the top, and the other divides into 2 cables, with an earbud on the end of each of those 2 cables. The microphone and button are located on a small plastic control on the cable, about 20 centimeters from the earbuds. The microphone and the talk button are on opposite sides, so when clicking the button on one side, try to avoid covering up the microphone on the other side. When the headset is connected to your device, you can use the button on the headset cable as the talk button. This means that you will not need to hold the device, leaving your hands free for other things. You can continue to use the talks button on the device while the headset is connected. However, you must speak into the microphone on the headset cable. The stock headset can be replaced with other headsets depending on user preference regarding comfort, sound quality, budget and ease of use. Bluetooth-enabled bone-conducting headsets have proved to be popular with users. That is the end of the article. Say next or headlines.
Next.
The charger plug and cord. On one end of the cord is a small, rectangular, USB plug, which connects to the handset. On the other end of the cable, there is a larger rectangular metal shape which plugs into the charger plug. The charger plug plugs into an ordinary power outlet. If lost or broken, the charger and power cord can be replaced with other standard mobile phone chargers, not iPhone. That is the end of the article. Say next or headlines.
Next.
The front of your device. When the device is in use, the screen displays some status information. You do not need to see the screen, and if you touch the screen it will not affect the functioning of the device. The screen can be used to connect your in-your-pocket device to a Wi-Fi network, and this will be explained in detail further on in the user guide. On the front of the device, below the screen, are 3 flat buttons. These are the talk buttons and are the main buttons to use when interacting with Pocket. All of the buttons perform the same function, so it does not matter which one you press. To operate in your Pocket, click one of these buttons once, and when you hear the rising tone, ask for what you want. When you hear the falling tone and a tick-tock sound, you will know that Pocket is collecting the information you asked for and will bring it to you soon. That is the end of the article. Say next or headlines.
Next.
The top edge of your device. Now, describing the top surface of the in-your-pocket device. On the left of this surface, there is a headset port. This is where you can connect your headset or headphones to listen with more privacy. When the headset is connected, you can use the button on the headset as the talk button, and communicate with Pocket through the microphone on the headset. That is the end of the article. Say next or headlines.
Next.
The left edge of your device. Near the top of the left surface is the Assistance button. Click this button 3 times to SMS and call your assistant's contacts. This will let them know your current location. Just below the Assistance button is the volume bar. You can press the top of this bar to turn the volume up. Similarly, you can press the bottom of this bar to turn the volume down. That is the end of the article. Say next or headlines.
Next.
The right edge of your device. Near the top on the right surface of the in-your-pocket device is the power button. To power the device on, hold the power button down until you feel a small vibration, which should occur in around 2 seconds. This vibration indicates that Pocket is powering up correctly, and after another 40 seconds or so, Pocket will announce that it is ready to speak with you. If you do not feel the vibration within 10 seconds, then try the sequence again. If you still get no response, then the battery may be flat, so plug the device into recharge before trying again. To power off, hold the power button down. You can also power off by pressing the talk button and saying,
Power off.
Pocket will announce that it is powering off and you will hear some beeps. Press the talk button during the beeps if you change your mind and do not want to power off the device. Also on the right-hand surface of the device, just above the power button, there are 3 small slits. This is where the speaker is located, and is where you will hear Pocket speaking when there is no headset connected. That is the end of the article. Say next or headlines.
Next.
The bottom edge of your device. In the middle of the bottom surface of the in-your-pocket device is the power charging port, where you connect your charging cable to recharge in your pocket. There is a microphone located just below these 3 buttons, on the bottom surface of the device. This is where Pocket listens to you when there is no headset connected. So, try not to cover this up, and hold this closer to your mouth if Pocket is having trouble understanding you. That is the end of the article. Say next or headlines.
Next.
The back of your device. In the middle near the top you will notice a small, round, glass component. This is the camera lens, which is used by in your pocket for the Be My Eyes function. You can find out more about Be My Eyes in the user guide. That is the end of the article. Say next or headlines.
Next.
Starting up your device and using its buttons. To power the device on, firstly hold the power button down until you feel a small vibration, which should occur in around 2 seconds. This vibration indicates that in your pocket is powering up correctly. After another 40 seconds or so, Pocket will announce that it is ready to speak with you. If you do not feel the vibration within 10 seconds, then try the sequence again. If you still get no response, then the battery may be flat, so plug the device into recharge before trying again. To power off, hold the power button down. You can also power off by clicking the talk button and saying,
Power off.
Pocket will announce that it is powering off and you will hear some beeps. Press the talk button during the beeps to cancel the power off sequence. There are more detailed descriptions of all the buttons on your device in there.
Describing the handset.
Section of this user guide. That is the end of the article. Say next or headlines.
Next.
Navigating lists. When navigating anything on Pocket that has a list of options, knowing how to navigate lists is very useful. To select from a list while Pocket is speaking, say,
That one?
or.
Yes.
To select from a list once Pocket is finished speaking, say the number of the item you wish to select. For example, you could say,
Number 5.
to hear the 5th item on a list. To hear a list again, say,
Repeat.
or.
Say that again.
To jump ahead, say,
Next. Next page.
or perhaps,
Jump forward 30.
you can move between features, from books to phone, to texts and so on. But if you get stuck in a loop, say,
Cancel.
and start again. You can go back by saying,
Go back.
or perhaps,
Back 7.
you can say,
Pause.
to pause, and to restart, say,
Resume. Continue.
or.
Keep going.
You can also press the talk button until you hear a click, then press again to restart. That is the end of the article. Say next or headlines.
Next.
Accessing the user guide with your voice. To access the user guide using your voice, say,
User guide.
Pocket will let you know that it is reading the user guide, and then list a number of sections, topics for you to choose from. To choose one of these sections, you can either interrupt the listing and say,
Yes.
or
That one?
after the listing has finished, you could, for example, say,
Number 1.
to select the first item in the list. Within these sections there will either be information, or more articles to choose from. Your device will list any articles available, and allow you to choose from them in the same way as discussed earlier. When you get to an article containing information in your pocket, will read it out, and then present you with a list of options. After listening to an article, you can either say,
Next.
to listen to the next article containing information, or you can say,
Headlines.
to hear the list of available articles. If at any point you want to go back a step, return to where you just came from, say,
Go back.
that is the end of the article. Say next or headlines.
Next.
Accessing the user guide via the touch screen. You can access the user guide using the touch screen on your device. To do this, you must first access the touch screen menu by drawing a large L with your finger along the edge of your screen, starting from the top left corner and ending at the bottom right. Once you have opened the touch screen menu, you can slowly slide your finger up and down the screen to hear the options available to you. When you hear the option you want, in this case it would be
User guide.
lift your finger off the screen to select it. Your device will then tell you that it is showing the user guide. After this, your device will have a list of sections for you to choose from on the screen. You can listen to the titles of these sections by sliding your finger up and down the screen, and then you can select one by lifting your finger off the screen. Within these sections there will either be more articles to choose from, or there will be information. If there is information, Pocket will read it out to you. The options available to you will always remain on your screen when you are using the touch screen menu. This means that after Pocket has finished reading you some information, you can once again slide your finger up and down the screen to hear the options available to you. If you want to go back up a level to the options you previously had, slide your finger up and down the screen until you hear
Done.
or
Back.
and lift your finger off to select it. To exit the touch screen menu, you will need to go back a number of times by selecting these
Done.
or
Back.
options. When you exit the touch screen menu, your device will say,
Touch screen disabled.
that is the end of the article. Say next or headlines.
Next.
Accessing the touch screen menu. If you draw a large capital letter L on the screen, you can access a touch screen menu. The touch screen menu allows you to make an assistance call, call a contact, call a number, change settings, including configuring Wi-Fi, using the keyboard, changing the ring and media volumes and changing the ringtone. Enable, disable and connect Bluetooth devices. Access the touch screen user guide, or you can press done, which will return you to talk mode. To use the touch screen menu, you run your finger around the screen. Each option will be announced. When you lift your finger off the screen, the option that was just announced will be selected. It is important to note that when you are in the touch screen menu mode, you cannot use the normal voice interface. That is the end of the article. Say next or headlines.
Next.
Introduction. In your Pocket has a wide variety of features which you can change, including how it looks and how it sounds. You can also check your battery level, phone number, signal strength and IMEI code. Plus you can also connect it to Wi-Fi or a Bluetooth device. That is the end of the article. Say next or headlines.
Next.
Screen display. To change screen brightness, you can say
Screen very bright. Screen bright. Screen dim. Screen very dim.
having the screen dimmed will be the most battery efficient. That is the end of the article. Say next or headlines.
Next.
Media volume. Media volume is the volume of all media being played, such as books and the voice interface. There are two ways to change this volume. On the left surface of your device there are two buttons. The second button from the top is the volume bar. Press the top of this bar to turn the volume up. Press the bottom of this bar to turn the volume down. You can change the volume of the Pocket Media via the touch screen menu. Run your finger down the screen to form a large letter L, then select Settings, then select Media Volume. Run your finger up and down the volume choices, then release to select a volume level. Select Done when finished. This is located at the bottom of the screen. This will take you back up to the Settings menu. Select Done again to exit the touch screen menu. That is the end of the article. Say next or headlines.
Next.
Setting your name. To get Pocket to speak your name, say,
My name is Bob.
Pocket will then confirm that it heard your name correctly, and use it when communicating with you in the future. That is the end of the article. Say next or headlines.
Next.
Changing the speed Pocket talks to you. To change the speed at which Pocket speaks, say,
Speak faster. Speak very fast. Speak slower.
or,
Speak normal.
that is the end of the article. Say next or headlines.
Next.
Changing Pocket's voice. Pocket has a number of pre-installed voices that it uses to talk with you. You can choose which voice you prefer from a range of different accents. To change Pocket voice, say,
Change voice.
Pocket will then lead you through a list of options you may choose from. It is important to note that the voice you select will be used for menus and text-based books, but not for audio recordings of a human voice. Pocket also may on occasion be programmed to use another voice to emphasize a word. Additionally, the introductory voice when you start up Pocket is pre-recorded, so it cannot be changed. That is the end of the article. Say next or headlines.
Next.
Introduction. Pocket has a large number of ringtones for you to choose from. As well as this, you have the ability to choose how quiet or loud you would like it to be. That is the end of the article. Say next or headlines.
Next.
Setting the ringtone. You can change your Pocket's ringtone via the touch screen menu. To do this, you will need to run your finger down the screen to form a large letter L. Then select.
Settings.
Then
Change ringtone.
run your finger up and down the ringtone choices, and in Pocket will announce what they're called. When you release your finger, Pocket will select the ringtone and play it for you. Select.
Done.
When you are finished, this is located at the bottom of the screen and will take you back up to the settings menu. Select.
Done again.
From the bottom of the settings menu to exit the touch screen menu. Note there are a large number of ringtones, so Pocket has a next page option at the bottom of the list, just above the done option. That is the end of the article. Say next or headlines.
Next.
Ringtone volume. You can change the volume of the Pocket ringtone via the touch screen menu. To do this, you will need to run your finger down the screen to form a large letter L. Then select.
Settings.
Then
Ring volume.
run your finger up and down the volume choices, then release to select a volume level. Select.
Done.
When finished, which is at the bottom of the screen, this will take you back up to the settings menu. Select.
Done.
Again, from the bottom of the settings menu to exit the touch screen menu. That is the end of the article. Say next or headlines.
Next.
Extending ring time. If you find that your device is not ringing for long enough, and that you are missing calls as a result, you can extend the time it will ring for by saying,
Extend ring.
that is the end of the article. Say next or headlines.
Next.
Your Pocket package comes with a charger plug and cord. On one end of the cord is a small, rectangular, USB plug, which connects to a port on the bottom edge of the In Your Pocket device. On the other end of the cable, there is a larger rectangular metal USB plus which fits into the charger plug. The charger plug plugs into an ordinary power outlet. Both the charger and the cord can be replaced with the latest standard Android equipment. That is the end of the article. Say next or headlines.
Next.
Powering on and off. To power Pocket on, hold the power button down for about 2 seconds and release it. Wait until you feel a vibration, which should occur in around 2 seconds. This vibration indicates that Pocket is powering on correctly. After another 40 seconds or so, Pocket will announce that it is ready to speak with you. If you do not feel the vibration within 10 seconds, Then try the sequence again. If you still get no response, then the battery may be flat, so try plugging the device into recharge before trying again. When Pocket is powered on, it will introduce itself and tell you how to access the user guide. To power off, hold the power button down. You can also power off by clicking the talk button and saying,
Power off.
Pocket will announce that it is powering off and you will hear some beeps. Press the talk button during the beeps to cancel the power off sequence. That is the end of the article. Say next or headlines.
Next.
Battery level. To check the battery, say,
What is the battery level?
or,
Check battery level.
or.
Battery.
Pocket will also announce the battery level when you disconnect it from a charger, or when the battery is running low. That is the end of the article. Say next or headlines.
Next.
Managing power use. You generally do not need to view the device's screen at all to interact with it. Therefore, you may wish to dim it to preserve battery life. In this case, you can change the screen brightness by saying,
Screen very dim.
or,
Screen dim.
to return it to brightness, say,
Screen bright.
or.
Screen very bright.
If you have been using in your Pocket S Bluetooth capabilities, you may want to turn this off to preserve battery. This can be done by saying,
Disable Bluetooth.
Pocket can be left in a charger all day long. That is the end of the article. Say next or headlines.
Next.
Phrases for power management. Power off. What is the battery level? Battery. Screen dim. Screen very dim. Screen bright. Screen very bright. That is the end of the article. Say next or headlines.
Next.
Device settings. You can find out details about your in your pocket device in a number of ways. To find out your phone number, say,
What is my number?
to get your IMEI number, SIM, Wi-Fi information and signal strength, say,
Device info.
to determine network connections and signal strength, say,
Network status.
to find what version of Pocket is running, say,
Version.
to get latest software, say,
Upgrade device.
Pocket usually updates itself, checking every 4 hours. That is the end of the article. Say next or headlines.
Next.
Introduction. Pocket can connect to Wi-Fi. If you have connected Pocket to a Wi-Fi network once, it will automatically connect to this network when possible. However, if you need to connect Pocket to a new Wi-Fi network, you have a number of options. That is the end of the article. Say next or headlines.
Next.
Connect to a Wi-Fi network using your voice. If you are on a mobile plan, or if you are already connected to Wi-Fi, you can configure a new Wi-Fi network by saying,
Configure Wi-Fi.
or.
Configure wireless.
Then carry out the steps of selecting the network and entering the password as described in the other sections of this article. That is the end of the article. Say next or headlines.
Next.
Connect to a Wi-Fi network using the touch screen menu. You can use the screen on the front of the device to connect to Wi-Fi. It will read out the information on the screen as you run your finger across it, and in this way you can select a network and type a password if required. To do this, open the touch screen menu by drawing a large L on your screen, select Settings, then select Configure Wi-Fi and follow the instructions provided by the device. That is the end of the article. Say next or headlines.
Next.
Connect to a Wi-Fi network using the device buttons. If you are not connected to any mobile or Wi-Fi network, then you will need to enter Wi-Fi configuration manually. First, Press and hold the talk button down for approximately 10 seconds. Ignore the sound that you hear in the first couple of seconds, and continue to hold the talk button. After about 10 seconds, Pocket will say,
Now press the volume up button within 5 seconds to enter Wi-Fi configuration.
Press the volume up button to enter Wi-Fi configuration. Next, the device will announce that there is a list of available Wi-Fi networks on the screen. Place your finger on the screen, near the top left, and slowly move your finger down the screen. It will read out the name of the Wi-Fi networks as your finger passes down the list. There will usually be a single column listed down the screen. However, if there are lots of networks near you, there may be 2 or even 3 columns listed. Move your finger up and down the list, and side to side if necessary, as many times as you like until you find the network that you are looking for. When you hear the name of the network that you wish to join, lift your finger off the screen. If the network you have selected is not password protected, the device will now connect to the network you selected. The instructions on how to enter a password are located in the passwords section of this article. That is the end of the article. Say next or headlines.
Next.
Entering passwords. If the network you have selected is password protected, then another screen will appear. On this screen is a grid of lowercase letters near the top, symbols in the middle, and uppercase letters near the bottom. Place your finger near the top left corner of the screen, and slowly move your finger across the screen. Pocket will read out the letters and symbols as your finger passes them on the grid. You can move your finger around the grid as many times as you like until you hear the letter or symbol that you want. When you hear the letter or symbol, lift your finger to select it, and in this way you will spell out the password. There are 3 other buttons on the screen which are Cancel, for cancelling Wi-Fi setup, and Done, for when you have finished entering the password. These are located at the bottom of the screen. The third button is Red, which reads back the password you have entered so far, and is located at the top of the screen. There is also a button at the bottom to switch between the default alphabetic keyboard layout and the more traditional QWERTY keyboard. When you have entered the password, select the Done button to join the network. If the password is correct, then Pocket will connect to the network you have selected. That is the end of the article. Say next or headlines.
Next.
Connecting to networks Pocket has already connected to. Once Pocket has successfully connected to a Wi-Fi network, it will remember it and automatically reconnect to that network whenever it is within range. It can remember many networks, so you can configure one at home, one at work, one at your favorite cafe, and more. Note that Pocket cannot connect to Wi-Fi networks that require you to enter a password into a web page, such as many restaurants and other commercial establishments are currently using. If you connect to one of these, and Pocket is not responding, you should forget this network to prevent connection to it in future. How to do this is described in the Forget section of this article. That is the end of the article. Say next or headlines.
Next.
To forget a Wi-Fi network. To forget a Wi-Fi network and stop Pocket connecting to it in future, say
Alert. Low battery.
or hold the talk button for 10 seconds to enter Wi-Fi.
20% battery. Low
At the
power
bottom of the list
close.
of Wi-Fi networks is a forget
Back
button.
button.
Lift your finger when you hear this.
Stop recording
Network
button.
that you wish to forget. When you have finished configuring the Wi-Fi network, tap the talk button to resume normal operations. That is the end of the article. Say next or headlines.
That'll have to do, guys. The battery is going flat on my phone. But please subscribe if you enjoyed it. Please subscribe, comment down below, whatever you want to do. And I'll speak to you later.
Stop recording.